happy to be here with my brothers on Blog, ready to get to it, and I'm so excited about this show. You pay yourself a professional athlete, and you get paid to catch the ball and can't. Like, that just makes no sense to me.
Biggest takeaway is that if you are a West Coast team, take your behind to the East Coast 2 days beforehand so you can at least get 1 day acclimated to the time difference.
The effort they put up against the Warriors, lethargic, pitiful. We won't give too many more words to it, so we're going to move on.
And here we go.
Oh, my goodness.
Now, the Big Game Christian Sports Network proudly presents Donnie Epting, Dwayne Sutton, and Willie Epting. And they are in the zone.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls and children of all ages, we're going to plan to play into the fourth quarter and beyond. Unlike our NFL preseason counterparts here in week 3 of the preseason. But that's a story for another day. This is the In the Zone Sports Show here on the Big Game Christian Sports Network. I am the Captain Donnie Epting. Going to introduce you to our guys that join us here on this wonderful show here in just a moment. But first, let's take care of some of the household items, such as this segment of the In the Zone Sports Show is being brought to you by Drain and Plumbing Services. When plumbing issues arise, don't just call a plumber. Call the master plumber. Call Ken Richardson at 214-317-7881. Call him today for a quick estimate. Once again, this is the In the Zone Sports Show here on the Big Game Christian Sports Network. I'm Donnie. Let's introduce the fellas. First up, Willie Epting Jr. What's happening?
What's happening, world? Dwayne, Donnie, how y'all doing, man?
Good to hear from you. Dwayne Sutton, it's your turn. Say hello to the folks.
OG, you came with it. Hello, world. Last week, I was a little under the weather, but I'm back. The Wolster is on the line. Let's get to it, fellas. Let's work.
Ready, break. Oh, anyway.
Right.
Enough with the football. Well, actually, not yet. Not yet. My bad. This whole show is going to be about football for the most part. Guys, look to your left. Look to your right. Y'all ready to get this thing going?
Already.
And here we go. First up, we're going to talk about probably one of the craziest situations we've ever seen in sports. And it involves a team who's had issues with signing draft picks before. The number 3 overall pick, Joey Bosa, from the Ohio State University, is the only player in the draft who has not signed his contract yet with the San Diego Chargers. For whatever reason, dude just saying, I'm not playing. I'm not signing on the dotted line.
Well, I'm not playing.
I'm sorry. Okay. I'm going to give out part of the statement here from the Chargers that they issued on Wednesday. And it goes as follows. The San Diego Chargers issued the following statement regarding the contract negotiations with 2016 first-round selection Joey Bosa. Our contract discussions and offers to the representatives of Joey Bosa have both been fair and structurally consistent with the contracts of every other Chargers player. Not just one of them, not just 2 of them, but all of them. Our offer included A, an initial signing bonus payment that is larger than any player in the league has received in the last 2 drafts. And that part is underlined, people. B, more money in this calendar year, that part is also underlined, than every player in this year's draft except one, QB Carson Wentz. And third, yes, I said A being third, or 1 being third, the largest payment and the highest percentage of signing bonus received in the first calendar year, underlined, of any Chargers first-round selection since the inception of the current collective bargaining agreement in 2011. This is quite a sticky situation. I'm going to go ahead and get the guys in here to give their thoughts on Bosa's boo-boo, as he and the San Diego Chargers are not able to come to terms on an agreement, and the season starts in like 2 weeks. Yeah. Dwayne Sutton, grab your microphone, chop it up with us, give us your thoughts.
R.I.P. Denny Green. They are who we thought they were.
They are who we thought they were.
The doggone Chargers. You never cease to amaze me. It's a wonder why any and every draft pick you've had since Eli says, you know what? I'm not going. I'm not going to do it. Somehow, some way, this franchise continues to drop the ball. And I do not like the stance that they took against Bosa. I'm not going to sit here and say Bosa's completely innocent in this situation because, sir, you're a football player. Your job is to get your butt on the field and play football. That's all that you have to do. That's all you're responsible for. You have failed to do so. But this is embarrassing if you're a Chargers fan. You can't seem to get your top player, the third pick in the draft, onto the squad. I'm past the baton.
All right. And yeah, there was Eli, who also, he and the family decided, hey,
I'm not going.
Look, y'all can draft me all you want to. I'm not playing there. So then there was a switcheroo between the Giants and the Chargers when it came to Phillip Rivers for Eli Manning and vice versa. I can't think of any other situations, that blew up to this kind of magnitude with San Diego. I'm just thinking of some of their recent draft picks. Melvin Gordon came and played. He seemed to be really excited about going out there. His play on the field didn't quite match that seemingly excited manner, but that's
maybe the greatest Chargers running back of all time.
You said maybe the greatest.
No, I'm saying if you think about another player who's had contract issues, I mean the greatest Chargers running back of all time.
Well,
Damian Tomlinson.
But that was different. I mean, he played for them for a few years and then had those issues. He was drafted, just decided I'm not going to play like Eli.
But he's had to hold out until what, late August? You never want to be discussing contracts and having holdouts weeks before the season starts.
2 weeks before the season, right? All right, Willie Epting Jr., let's get your thoughts on this boo-boo by Bosa and the Chargers, by the way.
Yeah, I just think, man, that the Chargers are firmly entrenched in their stance. I'm going to play devil's advocate a little bit here simply because I can understand where they're coming from. This guy has yet to prove anything on the field, and all of the numbers that you rattled off, Donnie, are congruent to the fact that, he should get his behind in camp. Take your behind to camp and get ready for the season. But anyway, like father, like son. Y'all know John Bosa did this back in 1987?
Yep.
When he played with the Dolphins, drafted number 16 overall, sat out 41 days before signing his rookie deal. Now, I don't remember.
Wait a minute. Oh,
yeah, because I don't remember Bosa, John, that is, ever having an impact on the field whatsoever. As a matter of fact, I had never even heard of him until I started getting ready for the show. So, yeah, okay. But anyway, they have dropped him to fourth on the depth chart. They ain't playing.
Why is he even on the depth chart? They don't know what he can do yet.
Well, I mean, he started out as number 1 on the depth chart. Now he's number 4.
Okay. Yeah. Whatever.
Get your behind in camp and play some football, man.
All right. Let me read the statement, the rebuttal, if you will, from Joey Bosa's representatives. It is unfortunate the San Diego Chargers have decided to manipulate facts and negotiate in the media. The team surely is not strengthening its relationship with Joey Bosa by taking this stance and making their position public. We have decided that we will not engage in public negotiations or discuss numbers and or terms in this negotiation. We will say that it is ironic that the team now takes issue with the timing of Joey's arrival, since the Chargers unilaterally decided to remain silent for the first 14 days of training camp instead of replying in a timely fashion to the proposal we made on the eve of training camp on July 28th. At this point, all we can do is continue to fight for a fair contract on behalf of our client, as we do for all of our clients. Chargers can focus on trying to sway public opinion, but our focus will remain on our client and securing a contract for him that is fair and consistent with his draft position. I kept reading client and I kept thinking of Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar. Oh, I'm sorry. Anyway, that's another story for another day too. So I see you guys' sides. I see both you guys' points, but I'm leaning more towards Willie's. Bosa, dude, go play football. There are so many of us armchair quarterbacks and lunch pail linebackers who would love to have this opportunity. Dudes who out there in shape every day. You got dudes holding up signs in front of team complexes saying, "I will work for a contract," or "I will eat for a contract," or whatever. As Willie so eloquently said, take your behind to your team and get in there and play some football. Any last words on Joey Bosa, the Chargers, and this contract discussion from either one of you guys before we move on?
And that's all we got to say about that.
Go to camp, sir.
Indeed. Crazy. I can't remember seeing anything like this happen. I know Eli's was kind of crazy. Even if you read back to John Elway and the Baltimore Colts, they were still in Baltimore then. That was pre-Mayflower, right? Okay. Anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
1983.
Right. Pre-Mayflower. What does this dude get this stuff? Man, y'all remember seeing them green Mayflower trucks move all the Colts stuff in the snow
indeed.
from Baltimore to Indianapolis? Anytime I see a Mayflower truck on the highway, I just laugh. And this show has fallen by the wayside. Let's bring it back, y'all. My bad. My bad, y'all. Let's move on to the next part here. We're just about under 4 minutes left in the segment, so let's move on to Here Comes the Judge. Here comes the judge. Here comes the judge. Roger Goodell has asserted his position as commissioner based on the Al-Jazeera America report linking some guys in the NFL to possible PEDs and things of that nature. Let me set the tone here before I get you guys' thoughts in on this. The NFL has already cleared Peyton Manning of any wrongdoing. Major League Baseball has already cleared Ryan Zimmerman of the Nationals and Ryan Howard of the Philadelphia Phillies of any wrongdoing with this Al Jazeera report. But yet Roger Goodell still wants to stir the pot. He had a meeting Thursday reportedly with James Harrison of the Pittsburgh Steelers, meetings to follow with Julius Peppers and Clay Matthews of the Green Bay Packers. Mike Neal, who's a free agent, is also scheduled to meet with the commissioner. Let's get Willie in here first on this one. What are you thinking when it comes to Roger Goodell and his bullying, so to speak, in my opinion? And that's just my opinion. You may share something different. We're trying to get these guys to talk about something that seems to be a dead subject.
Roger Goodell need to go somewhere and sit his behind down. For real. I'm sick of him. I'm sick of what he's doing. You know, he seems to be targeting James Harrison. And I like what James Harrison said. When they clear me, I want the same kind of send-off as Peyton Manning.
That was pretty funny to me.
Yeah, and I thought it was even funnier when he said, the only way I'll meet with him at my house. Man, could you imagine if Roger Goodell came to James Harrison's house and you had 3 big old dudes, man, with sawed-off shotguns and Uzis? Like a movie?
Suge Knight A, Suge Knight B, Suge Knight C.
And as a matter of fact, James Harrison kind of reminds me of Suge Knight with that bald head and that beard, just a darker skinned version. But anyway, man, I'm glad that this is over with. You know, it's been ongoing for I don't know how long. The Deflategate thing drew out for what 6, 7, 8 years. I mean, let's just play some football and get on with it.
All right, Dwayne, less than 2 minutes left. Let's get your quick thoughts in on this situation.
I'll be quick about this. Roger Goodell irks my everlasting nerve. I mean, like, he gets on my everlasting nerve. When I hear his name, I kind of like get a tickle in the back of my throat. I start itching. You know, I break out in hives a little bit. Like, it's just not pretty. I know, right? Having an allergic reaction to stupidity. I think that's what it is. I mean, I get you trying to be a man of your word, but you shouldn't have opened your mouth. How you gonna promise something on a situation you know nothing about? You have no credible evidence of anything other than just these accusations. I mean, but and I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I didn't like how Stephen A. Smith came for James Harrison. It's like you said, this is a dead subject, man. That annoys anybody to sit here and have to talk about anything that really just isn't relevant. Right. I'm supposed to be focusing on the biggest sport in the world right now. I mean, like, this is our time of year. I got to go ahead and put my work in, my time in. You want to talk about this? I feel like Allen Iverson. We talking about this report?
All right.
Not a game. This report.
Right. All right. Real quick here before we go on the break. If it leads to the hands of that crook, Roger Goodell, he can do whatever he wants. That's what James Harrison said regarding this whole issue. Guys, we're going to step out here for our first break and come right back. We're going to talk some more football. Got a special guest on the inside of the break. When you come back here on the In the Zone Sports Show here on the Big Game Christian Sports Network right after this.
How long would you wait for your shower to get hot? How long would you wait for your cell phone to fully charge? How long would you wait to get relief from your nasal congestion? If you're congested now and you want powerful relief now, use Afrin No Drip. Afrin starts working in seconds and keeps working for 12 hours. So, why wait? When you can start to get relief in seconds with Afrin. Afrin, powerful congestion relief without the wait. Use as directed. For more information, go to Afrin.com.
In the Zone Sports, segment number 2, coming down in 3, 2, and 1.
Sports fans, we welcome you back to the In the Zone Sports Show here on the Big Game Christian Sports Network. And to remind you that this segment of the In the Zone Sports Show is being brought to you by Drain and Plumbing Services. When plumbing issues arise, don't just call a plumber. Call the master plumber. Call Ken Richardson at 214-317-7881. Call him up today for a quick estimate. We need to get a toilet flushing sound in there with that promo. Anyway, I digress once again. I'm sorry, people. Welcome back to the ITZ Sports Show here on BGC Sports. It's Donnie. It's Dwayne. Let's toss things over to Willie, who's going to introduce our special guest at this time. Willie, take it away.
Yes, sir. Coming to the microphone, none other than free safety All-American Jonathan McGill, sophomore defensive back free safety at Coppell High School. Jonathan, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Doing well, man. Appreciate you taking out some time out of your busy schedule, man, to talk with us on today. Just want to get into it, man. Jonathan, you have pretty much had a football staple to you for as long as we can remember. When did you first fall in love with the game of football, and what was that defining moment that confirmed it for you?
I started falling in love with football as soon as birth. As you said earlier, my dad installed it into me and my brother. But when I hit around age 6, when I left my brother's Little League team and I started my own team, that was when I kind of figured out I'm doing this for myself and not just for my dad and my brother. That's around age 6 is when I started to figure out that I love the game of football, and that's when my talent started to show.
That's a very mature answer, fellas.
Right.
I'm like, wow, this kid has already got his head on straight, but, you know, how can he not, man, coming from the pedigree that he's come from? Tell us about your biggest asset to your team.
The biggest asset to my team, I feel like my team just relies on me to make plays and kind of just be the leader and facilitator that I am on the field. And this year I feel like my team needs me to be more vocal because we lost some of our great playmakers and great leaders on the team. It's Josh Fink, Obi Obialo, Brandon Rice. We lost some of those guys, but we have younger guys coming up, myself included, Gabriel Lemons, Kobe Branch, David Leonti, some JV guys that got moved up and that can make some plays. So my team just relies on me to be a leader and be a playmaker.
That's good stuff, man. That's good stuff.
That's great stuff, man. Listen, Dwayne Sutton here, Jonathan, in his own sports. You can call me Whoa. I'm the bro you know. Anyway, I see some publications have you listed as a wide receiver / safety. So how much play do you think you are you hoping to have to get at Whiteout?
I'm hoping to start this season out both ways, offense and defense at receiver. They had me listed at slot receiver, I believe. That's the position my team want me to play, slot receiver and free safety. So I see myself starting both ways and, you know, just coming off the field when I want to come off the field and when I need a break or when the coach brings in a different personnel when we go into 21 personnel and the slot receiver comes off.
It is LeBron James mentality right there.
Yes,
I got this, coach. I'm good, coach. I don't need a breather. Anyway, but it's obvious, man, that you are very passionate about the game of football. So who are some of your favorite NFL players that you have? And who do you study and pattern your game after?
My favorite all-time NFL player is Tyrann Mathieu. I love how he comes out the game. How he goes 100 miles an hour. And I study him almost every game day, just watching his film all the way throughout the day, thinking about the game in between fast periods. Study Tyrann Mathieu. I also like Earl Thomas. My favorite players are kind of smaller dudes that have a huge impact on the game and on their team. So that's kind of who I model my game after.
Well, if you could see the smile on my face right now, I tell you making me just cheese. Proud of that, boy.
All right, Jonathan, this is Donnie Epting. You can call me Cap or the Captain, here with the In the Zone Sports Show on the Big Game Christian Sports Network. You guys went to the playoffs last year, lost a very tough first round game to DeSoto. Rumor has it that there were some questionable calls out there, but we won't take it there. In that game, you showed some great instincts. Show some good speed, your toughness and willingness to mix it up with some of the players. So how do you think you've benefited the most for being thrown right into a 6A fire here immediately?
I believe just being thrown into a 6A fire is it helped shape the way I am today. It helped me shape my mentality, knowing that nothing comes easy. Knowing that if all the coaches don't make mistakes, also helping that kind of coaches looked out for me at the same time, but they also wanted me to mature as a player and as a individual to help display myself that I can become one of the greatest players to come out of Texas. And I just feel like being thrown into the 6A fire was great for me, showing that as a freshman I can hang with older people. So just imagine what could happen when I'm a senior.
Indeed, that's a lot of growing up that you'll do, and it'll go by fast. But you keep your head on and keep learning, and hey, it'll pay off for you, man. And that's definitely truth there. All right, last one from me is if you can let the people know how they can catch you on your social media, see different highlights and just kind of get more information about you.
You can catch my Twitter profile at Original McGill 3, capital O, capital N. My Instagram is Jonathan_McGill 3. And that is the only social media I have besides my Facebook, which I haven't used in years. But you can still contact me on that. My mom will probably be posting something about me. And that is just Jonathan McGill. Or you can follow my parents on Twitter, Pastor McGill and at Pastor T McGill.
A teenager who want the parents to be around, man. That's awesome there. We appreciate it, man. We'll toss things back over to Willie. He's got some more information he wants to share. And Willie, go ahead, take it away, man.
Yeah, Jonathan, man. Just want to say thank you again for taking time out of your busy schedule. I know we've talked about this for a little while now, and I'm glad we were finally able to make it happen. So we'll talk to you a little bit later down the road, all right?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
There he goes, ladies and gentlemen, Jonathan McGill, free safety All-American from Coppell High School. This kid, man, is this kid is a playmaker. Last year, as a true freshman, I'm saying true freshman, but it just sounds that way because I'm thinking of college. But he had 55 tackles last year, 5 pass breakups and 1 fumble recovery. So he stuffed the stat sheet last year as a freshman.
Yeah, and he's
the boy. I like him.
The sky's the limit for him, man. The sky's the limit for him. He comes from a great pedigree. I've met his parents, good people. Antioch Christian Church, ACC, stand up. And Jonathan, we appreciate you coming on the In the Zone Sports Show and talking with us for a few minutes. Guys, Y'all want to continue talking a little more football? I mean, I did say earlier, this is pretty much all football, all show, right?
Let's do it.
That you did.
All right. So, last week we got into a couple of the conferences coming up here. College football season starts on Thursday, September the 1st. Yes, yes, yes. So let's continue on with the Power 5 conferences. Last week we talked about the SEC, defending champion Alabama, defending national champion, that is Alabama, and Clemson, who were the runner-ups, and defending ACC champions. So we'll go ahead and cover the other two leagues that were represented in the college football playoff. That's the Big 12 and the Big 10. Last show, we told who we believe is the favorite to win, the player who we're looking forward to seeing, who we think will dominate or we're most interested in watching this season, and an under-the-radar team who might come out and surprise some folks and contend for a league title. Again, we're going to go with the Big 12 first. Flipping the coin that I don't have, it lands. It's on Dwayne Sutton. Big 12, your favorite, your player to watch, your under-the-radar team. Go.
The wife is going to be proud of me, fellas. Boomer Sooner. I'm picking him as the favorite to win the conference.
Sorry.
Main reason I'm picking Sooner Nation, man, is really, I know the player to watch. We said player, but it's a combination, man. That backfield of Samaje Perine and Joe Mixon, with Samaje being Joe Mixon's biggest fan. Reports are that they could possibly, the duo to both rush for over 1,000 yards. Samaje, what was it last year? 427 yards in one game?
That was the 2014 season. He did
2014, that's right. That's right.
His freshman year. Yeah.
So these boys are dynamite in that backfield. They're exploding at any moment. And I'm looking forward to really just them setting the stage. Now, I say surprise. We could say surprise team. I'm actually going to go with those Bears, man. The Baylor Bears.
I thought you were talking about Chicago. Hold up.
No. I didn't say the Bears.
I thought he was
I didn't come with the Bears.
Thought he was talking about the bad news Bears.
Okay, no? Go back in your hole. Okay. Go ahead, Dwayne.
No, man. I think, man, it's OU's got a nice schedule set up, but I think Baylor, actually, if the way Oklahoma is set up, because their very first game is at Houston, and I understand if you want to take a loss, you want to take it in the early part of the season, but I think Baylor actually has a chance, a very small chance. If we're going to talk about a surprise team, that's where I'm going to roll with.
All right. Willie Epting Jr., Big 12, your favorite, your player to watch, under the radar team. Go.
OU is my favorite. Led by quarterback Baker Mayfield. As you stated, Dwayne, Samaje Perine. OU will be tested early and often. Get this, 3 of their first 4 games. In Houston at NRG Stadium to take on the Cougars. At home against Ohio State. Then they take that 35 South trek down south to TCU in the 13th ranked Horned Frogs. Speaking of Perine, he is the person I'm looking at, the 5'10", 235-pound junior out of Pflugerville. Do y'all know where Pflugerville is? Have you ever heard of Pflugerville?
Yeah, I have. It's in Texas.
Right. It's down by Austin. But anyway, he's primed to have a big year for Boomer Sooner. He's already rushed for 3,100 yards and 37 touchdowns. Yeah, in 2 years. But this is what I'm looking for this is what I'm looking for from him. I'm looking for a little bit more consistency this year because there were 8 games last year when he failed to reach the 100-yard mark.
Emergence of Joe Mixon, though, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Mixon gives you a little bit something different than what P. Ryan gives you. All right. You're under the radar team.
Yeah, like Dwayne, man, I'm going to go with Baylor. The circus that has surrounded them the last several months. They are coming into the season. I believe they're ranked 23rd. They can still flat out score. They can throw the ball all over the yard. They still have Browse's son as the passing coordinator, I believe it is. They did lose a lot of players that decommitted, but I think they're going to try to rally together and do something here this year, and we'll see how it works out for them.
All right. I, too, go with Oklahoma. Player to watch, Kevontae Turpin, wide receiver at Texas Christian. Y'all know where this guy is from?
Shout it out.
Monroe, Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
The Monroe, Louisiana native electrified the Horned Frogs when he touched the field last season in his freshman campaign down in Fort Worth. He can affect the game in different ways. Field position for his team with kick and punt returns on offense. He's a dual threat, catching passes out the backfield and running or not out the backfield, but catching the passes and then running the ball. They'll line him up in the backfield is what he's trying to say. He averaged 27 yards per kick return, over 14 yards per reception, scored 9 TDs, 8 receiving and 1 on a punt return. Under the radar team, I'm going to go with Texas Tech. Pat Mahomes II is the quarterback there. They put up some huge numbers last season. Mahomes passed for over 4,600 yards and 36 touchdowns. Devin Lauderdale was second on the team in receiving yards. Justin Stockton is likely to fill the void left by DeAndre Washington, who was drafted by the Raiders at running back. Texas Tech's biggest Achilles, can they stop anybody when it counts? So we'll see what Cliff Kingsbury's team can do. See if they can make some noise in a loaded league down there in the Big 12. All right, we got to go up tempo here. Let's go to the Big 10. Willie, we'll start with you. Your favorite, your player to watch, your under the radar team.
Blasphemy. Go ahead and say it. I'm picking Ohio State, man. Even though they lost Eli Apple, the aforementioned Joey Bosa, Braxton Miller, Ezekiel Elliott, and many others, they don't have to worry about a quarterback controversy as Cardale Jones and Miller are gone. I'm looking forward to those guys, man, putting a huge space between them and the rest of the pack. They do get Michigan at home. They do have to go to Michigan State on the road, and they lost to Michigan State at home last year in an ugly game in the snow.
All right, Dwayne, up tempo. What favorite player to watch under the radar team in the Big 10?
I'm going Michigan. First 5 games at home. Player to watch, though, like you said, I'm going JT Barrett because there's no Cardale, there's no Braxton, no stress. Just you and Urban Meyer. Get it. And my surprise team, Michigan State.
You cheated. Well, except on the favorite part and the player to watch. I'm going with Ohio State. Player to watch, Desmond King, cornerback from Iowa. 8 picks last year. Averaged 24 yards kick return and 14 yards per punt return. Under the radar team, I am taking Michigan State as well, even though they were throttled by Alabama in the CFB playoff semifinal. It's Tyler O'Connor, who's replacing Connor Cook at quarterback up there. And Tyler O'Connor, y'all remember, as Willie mentioned, Michigan State beat Ohio State. Tyler O'Connor was the quarterback who did that. All right, about 85 seconds left. Let's go Pac-12 here real quick. Favorite player to watch under the radar team. Willie Epstein, go.
Favorite Stanford player to watch is, of course, Christian McCaffrey. Team that's under the radar. I'm going to go with the Huskies out of the Pacific Northwest in Washington.
All right, Dwayne, your turn.
UCLA will win the conference. Player to watch, Christian McCaffrey. And I'm actually rolling with Will on that one with Washington.
Yeah, Washington's a popular pick. I'm going to go with Stanford. David Shaw is one of my favorites. Player to watch, I'm going to go with the kid from Oregon, Devon Allen. He just ran in the Olympics. As Lee Corso would say, he's fast. Mm-hmm. And then the under the radar team, I'm going to go with the Cal Golden Bears. They've got Davis Webb from Texas Tech. They returned their top 3 rushers from last year. And before we go to break, here are the teams that are playing in Berkeley this year. Texas, Utah, Oregon, Washington, Stanford, and UCLA are all going to Berkeley. Look out for the Cal Golden Bears. All right, we're going to step out for this break. We're going to come back, and we're going to have another special guest here on the In the Zone Sports Show when you return on the other side, here on the Big Game Christian Sports Network, right after this timeout.
The following was recorded at a Burger King drive-thru at breakfast.
Morning, welcome to Burger King.
Can I get a sausage, egg, and cheese croissant sandwich?
Sure can. Right now, they're 2 for $4, but could you say that word again?
Croissant sandwich?
Oh, where I'm from, we say croissant-wich.
Wow. Where you from?
From behind this counter?
Piled high with thick-cut bacon or savory sausage, fluffy eggs, and melted cheese. Get 2 croissant breakfast sandwiches for just $4. Only at Burger King. Limited time only. Price and participation vary.
All right, sports fans, and we are back here on the third segment of the End Zone Sports Show. It's Donnie, it's Dwayne, it's Willie, and this segment of the End Zone Sports Show here on the official broadcast station of the Dallas Charge Pro Fast Pitch. This segment is being brought to you by PureFlix. Enjoy faith and family movies, TV shows, and educational programs anytime, anywhere for only $7.99 per month. Sign up for your 30-day free trial by going to bgcsports.net or on the BGC Sports app and click on the PureFlix banner and start your free trial today. Back here on the Big Game Christian Sports Network, it's the ITZ Sports Show. Let's toss things over to Willie to introduce our next guest. Willie.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that, Donnie. Stepping to the mic, none other than Blade James, defensive back junior out of Grand Prairie High School. Blade, how's it going, man?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing well, man. Appreciate you taking some time out to spend with us on today to talk a little football. Let's have some fun with this, all right?
All right.
All right, so last year, Blade, you played some wide receiver, quarterback, running back, and, of course, DB. And for all those out there that don't know what DB is, that's defensive back. Which one of these positions do you enjoy playing the most, and why?
I would say running back, because running back, it's a position where you can make plays like almost all the time, no matter if it's hitting the hole, getting the first down, or just making a good block. You always have opportunities to make a play. So, and that's the position that I feel more comfortable in.
Yeah, I've seen some of your film, man, and you have good instincts, great strength, and good vision. But something that really caught my eye on your tape, man, is when I saw you switch the ball to the offhand when the defense was pursuing you. Was that instinctual, or did you actually have to learn that?
I had to learn that a long time now. I've been doing that ever since I was like 5 or 6 years old, and I feel that I've gotten better over the years. So I guess that's why I'm so good.
Yeah, because when I saw that, I was like, okay, this guy is doing things that NFL running backs don't do consistently. So I definitely need to ask him about that. So that's a very, very good habit that you develop at an early age, and something I'm sure you're going to work on as you continue on in your career.
All right, Dwayne.
Blade, Dwayne Sutton here, man. End Zone Sports. Look, a couple questions for you, man. First of all, thank you for being here with us today. And first question. Talk about some of the team goals for the Gophers this year, and what are some of your personal goals?
Well, for the team, our goal has been to make it to the playoffs this year, but with the new squad that we have, we're not only wanting to go to the playoffs, we want to go deep in the playoff rounds. And my personal goal is just to help the team do that the best that I can. I just want to help my team do great things.
Sounds good to me, brother. That definitely sounds good. Now, I see your team had a bit of a tough season last year. So what's it going to take for the Gophers to turn it around and really truly make some noise in that District 7 6A ball?
Well, we've been working very, very hard over the off season and training, and over the last year we picked up some new skill, and I think that this year this is the best football team that GP has seen in years. So I think that we're gonna surprise a lot of people this year on how well we perform.
Surprise. Underdog mentality. Good.
Under the radar.
Yes,
Under the radar. We like it. We like it. Hey, Blade, this is Donnie Epting. You're here on the In the Zone Sports Show on the Big Game Christian Sports Network. We thank you for coming on and talking to us. I just want to ask you, who's a player in the NFL, he's trying to say, that you like to watch and pattern your game after? Who do you emulate from the NFL ranks?
Well, I kind of have like two players. My first player is Aaron Rodgers. He's a brilliant player.
Oh yeah.
He's smart on his feet. He makes smart decisions and smart moves, and that's what I kind of try to do on the field. And my second player is Tyrann Mathieu. He's a hard hitter. He's a go getter, and he's almost my height. Well, I think he is my height. So we're kind of the same size, and I want to be like him. I try to strive like him.
That's awesome, man. Tyrann Mathieu, we've heard that earlier in our show, man. And who would have thought Tyrann Mathieu a few years ago would have become a role model as an NFL player to some guys, and that's good to hear, man. Aaron Rodgers, as Stephen A. Smith says, he's a bad man. He's a bad man. All right. All right, Blade. To wind everything up here, tell the listeners how they can reach you on your social media, where they maybe can go and see some of your highlights of your action and everything. Tell the folks how they can get at you, man.
Well, they can follow me on Instagram at TheBladeJames, and there's a link in my bio for my highlights, so you can check that out. But it's TheBladeJames on Instagram.
All right, man. Let's toss things back over to Willie. Thank you, Blade.
No problem.
Yeah, appreciate that, Blade. Hey, guys, he got a football name, Blade. He bringing the blade. I saw some of the film, man, when he was playing defense, and he was bringing it. So, all right, Blade, man, we appreciate you coming on, and we'll talk to you real soon.
All right. Blade, man. Nice young man. And from both of our guys, man, we heard that Tyrann Mathieu is the guys that he's the guy that they like to pattern their game after. Like I said, hey, when Tyrann Mathieu was dismissed from LSU, we'd have never thought we would see this. So that's just some awesome stuff there. All right, fellas. I don't know about y'all, but I kind of feel the urge to talk about some football. I don't know where it's coming from, but I'm just in the mood to talk football. You guys want to talk some more football?
We haven't talked enough about football. I think we need some more football.
Yeah, I think we need a little more football in our life.
Have we talked about football today?
I don't know. Have we?
Have we?
Well, we're going to do some more anyway. A team, and let's get back to college football, a team that's not in a Power 5 conference who could turn some heads, make a serious run to the college football playoff Final Four. Guys, if you have a team, let's go ahead and chime in. I get the feeling we all probably going to go in the same direction, but let's hear what you got. We'll start with Dwayne on this one.
I'm going Fighting Irish.
Man, they don't count. They play against the ACC, man. They play against the Big Ten,
and they're blue blood.
They playing, man. Look, this schedule they have right now. I don't think they not touching this SEC, but they touching some of everybody, some of the toughest competition. I'm sorry, their weakest opponents is what? NC State, Army and Navy. I mean, but outside of that, they got a pretty strong schedule, bro. And at whenever they play their schedule, bro, you can get those quality wins, and depending on how many wins you can get on this, you got to respect them every year.
Notre Dame. Man, they play the Big Ten. They play the ACC. I think they have, Michigan State in the second game, I believe.
You don't see a San Pablo Fernando team on here, or Saint Dick Buckus or whoever they play.
Man, you done. You done.
Cal Poly Slow.
Right. Cal Poly Pomona and Wofford.
That's terrible.
The Wofford Terriers. I think Clemson played them a couple of years ago. All right, Willie, it's your turn.
Man, I'm gonna go right down I-45 to the Houston Cougars. They're making a play, and the Big 12 wants them. And that game they have against OU coming up, it could set off some things on the Richter scale, man. They run that spread offense. They got a lot of speed, a lot of experience, and they know how to win. So I'm looking for them. If they can somehow topple OU, and they have a chance, if they can somehow topple OU in that game, look for them to make some significant strides up that pole.
Yeah, and they got a big chance. It would not surprise me if they happen to win that game. I mean, they already have the home field advantage, or at least the home city advantage. And Tom Herman, that dude can coach. Flat out, that dude can coach.
He is that guy.
I'm telling you, that dude can coach, man. And I too go with Houston as well. Boise State, you always got to look out for Boise State. If they can go undefeated in that Mountain West, not having these slip-ups, Boise State is always the team that's right there. And San Diego State in that same conference is also getting some love this year. So I'm looking for it is more Houston, but there are some other teams besides Houston that could do it. But yeah, if Houston gets that win against Oklahoma, all bets are on. All bets are for sure on that they can get to the college football playoff Final Four. All right, let's go ahead and send things over to our girl, Miss Kingi Knox, with this week's The Greatest Fan segment. Kingi, who do you have for us today?
Hey, what's up, everybody? The Greatest Fan connects the coolest fans to the hottest celebrities. I am your host, Kingi Knox, and we're ready for some football. We got that spotlight on you with SBN Pro Player Spotlight on AURN.
We see you, Carolina Panthers defensive line coach Eric Washington, who played tight end for Grambling State University Tigers. How are you doing?
I'm doing outstanding. How are you doing this afternoon?
I'm doing great. Congratulations on kicking off the football season. Carolina Panthers against the Tennessee Titans. You guys did a great job. How did that feel?
It felt great. It was actually our second preseason game, and to go on the road the way we did and get a win, a really good effort by the guys. We're excited, and we got another big test this week against New England.
Wow, looking forward to it. Now, how did you go from playing tight end at Grambling State University to defensive line coach for the Carolina Panthers?
Well, one of the things that you learn in coaching is that when you become a coach on the professional level, college or high school, you basically become a student of the game. So the process of learning the game, the full picture, I started to specialize as a defensive coach, and that's how I got started.
When you say a student, we both went to Grambling State University, and I had the honor to co-host the Eddie G. Robinson Museum opening with sharing the stage with Notre Dame's Brian Kelly, Pittsburgh Steelers, Mike Tomlin, and our Super Bowl MVP from Washington Redskins, Doug Williams. And just the history of Eddie G. Robinson. I remember that cowbell. Just that cowbell at 5 a.m. I'm like, what is that? So that discipline he instilled at you guys, how was that being under Eddie G. Robinson?
It was unbelievable. Coach Robinson had so much passion for the game, but his bigger mission in life was to develop young men. And in the process of doing that, he insisted that his student athletes attended class. He felt like that was the best way to continue to make progress toward your degree. So that was a legendary part of his way of motivating his guys to get up and go to class and to start the day the right way.
I am Kingi Knox. Are you the greatest fan?
All right, Ms. Knox, we thank you for that wonderful interview as always. Guys, we only got about a couple of minutes left in the show, so let's go ahead and get in these final thoughts here. We'll start with Dwayne Sutton.
Hello, world. I want y'all to stand on your feet, cheer along with me as we wish happy belated birthday to our very own Captain.
El Captain.
Down the F team. Brother, we just want to say, on behalf of the On the Zone Sports Brotherhood Squad family, we love you, man. Thank you for this journey you've always taken us on, man. And we look forward to a big and bright future, man. God bless you.
I appreciate that, y'all. That's that's touching, man, for real. I thank y'all. Without y'all, none of this happens, man. And that's real. That's real.
Loan me $5.
I ain't got it. Willie, get your final thoughts in here real quick, man.
Yeah, I just want to send a special appreciation to Pastor Norris and Pastor Tanya McGill, executive and senior pastor at the greatest church this side of heaven, Antioch Christian Church, for allowing Jonathan to be on the show. Also want to give a special thanks to Leneric Morgan and Omega Morgan for allowing Blade to come on and chop it up with us, talking about some football. So we appreciate y'all's support. Love y'all. Thank you very much.
Get it, Blade, chop it up.
I did that on purpose.
Right. You little stinker, you. All right. I kind of want to go double duty here from the Olympics. We're first going to talk about, I'm going to go ahead and get the bad out the way. Hope Solo. Sing Solo, we can't hear you. Yeah. The U.S. soccer team has canned you. Rightfully so. You went out like a sore loser and lost to Sweden, calling them cowards. They beat you. They beat you in penalty kicks. And what I mean by they beat you by kicking the ball in the goal. Only coward I see is you, lady.
Oh,
with your checker past and everything that's going on in your life, you have no room to call anybody else a coward. The good, Carmelo Anthony. I want to say thank you. Thank you for showing the young guys coming up what it's like to have pride in playing for your country, and you winning your third gold medal with the basketball team and saying that, hey, this is it. I'm hanging it up. And Carmelo said he's seen the bad, and now he's seen the good. And hopefully for NBA fans, Knicks haters, everybody, hopefully that the success down in Rio translates over to a productive season up in the Big Apple. Carmelo Anthony, once again, thank you for showing us how proud of an American you are to represent us in the Olympics. All right, guys, I want to thank you both for all your insights and all your thoughts and information this week. We're going to shut it on down. Let's wrap this puppy up and stick it in the refrigerator. Coming up next, from the press box to press row with Donald Ware. You've been listening to the End Zone Sports Show. For Willie, for Dwayne, I'm Donnie. We love you. God bless you. Take care. And we are out. Talk to you later.